Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to another Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes video. I'm your host, Remon Azab, aka Remon with TeamSkunk, and I'm bringing you another 7-star character review today. This time we're going to be reviewing Shoretrooper of the Empire faction. As I showed you in my last video, I was able to place third in the most recent squad tournament, so I was able to get enough shards now to bring my Shoretrooper to 7 stars. I'm going to show you guys the rewards that I received from the tournament, but first and foremost, let's go over to swgoh.gg, where I have Shoretrooper on screen. Shoretrooper is an Empire tank who enters battle with Taunt, heals allies, and grants them critical hit immunity. Now, his base speed at 117 is not the highest. He does have a pretty decent health pool, though. So let's go over to his basic attack, which is target weapons. Deal physical damage to target enemy with a 70% chance to inflict critical chance down for 3 turns. Now, his basic attack is not going to do a lot of damage for you. He's really not on your team to do much damage. His main goal and his purpose is to protect your other allies so that you can survive that first turn and get your real DPS characters, your harder hitting characters, to survive and be able to deal damage to the opposing team. So his special ability, which is regroup, all other allies recover health equal to 24% of Shoretrooper's max health and gain critical hit immunity for 2 turns. Shoretrooper gains taunt for 2 turns. Whenever a Shoretrooper loses a buff, reduce the cooldown of this ability by 1. So that's pretty cool. Now, Shoretrooper's real specialty is his unique ability here, which is Stand Guard. At the start of each encounter, a Shoretrooper gains taunt for 1 turn. Whenever another Empire unit uses a special ability, if Shoretrooper is taunting, they gain 15% turn meter, and Shoretrooper recovers 10% max health. Now, this is really going to come into play more when you have the full Empire squads, like maybe when TIE Fighter pilot becomes farmable somewhere. I think, that this second part of his unique ability will actually be a lot more helpful as far as being able to recover some of his health, and also, gaining that turn meter as well. But between these 2 abilities here, his ability to give all of his allies critical hit immunity is huge. This is going to kind of negate some of these AoE teams like Lando teams and Wedge teams, because they're not going to do nearly as much damage if they're not doing critical hits. It's also going to negate Lando from being able to get multiple turns with that AoE, so he's not going to get the 2 crits that he needs to refresh the cooldown on his AoE attack. So this kind of helps negate Lando a little bit, and with the taunt at the start of the match, he's going to again divert attention to him, so that if you have, let's say, a Biggs or a Wedge trying to take out one of your main characters to start the match, they're going to have to attack Shoretrooper first or go after him first and dispel that taunt before they're able to attack any of your DPS or hard-hitting characters. So definitely a great ability, a great set of abilities. It seems like these characters that they've been coming out with lately have just been a lot more advanced, and the abilities have been really well thought out. So that's really great. Now, Shoretrooper, as we know, is only available in 1 location at the moment, and that's through these squad tournaments. So we're gonna have to wait and see if he's still gonna be the squad character for the next tournament, or if they're gonna make him farmable somewhere, or possibly throw him into Chromium. We just don't know yet. So we'll hopefully get some more information on that as time passes. But let's go ahead and take a look at the gear for Shoretrooper. Now, Shoretrooper's gear is pretty serious when you get to the later gear levels. Once he's at gear level 8, I believe he just needs a stun gun and a droid caller and a couple of these Carbantes. He does need a nice amount of these Carbantes, I know that. So again, at gear level 9, he's going to need another Carbante, a droid caller, a Nubian scanner, and a thermal detonator. So those are a lot of hardcore pieces to get. Some raid gear. And then at gear 10, 2 stun guns, a thermal detonator, a Nubian scanner, an MK8 biotech implant, and an MK6 thermal detonator. Now, the thermal detonator, I won't be able to actually equip that until he gets to level 85, so I still have a couple of weeks for that. But once he gets to gear 11 as well, he needs another thermal detonator, the dreaded stun cuffs, and another MK8 implant, and that would be him at max gear. So we have him at gear 10 right now, which is pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and take a look at my Shoretrooper. So let's go back to the Cantina. Then we'll go into characters here. Now, my Shoretrooper is at gear 10. I've equipped most of the gear that I need to get him to gear 11. I'm just going to have to get him another thermal detonator here, which I'm probably going to... I received one from the squad tournament, so I may use that for him as well. And then this MK8 biotech implant. But this one, the MK6, which is going to give him an increase in speed and health, this is a really cool piece of gear, really probably the best new piece of gear that you can get on these characters, and I'm going to have to wait till 85 for that. But let's go over his mods and what I've equipped on him. Now, ideally, I would like to have tenacity sets on all three, or maybe even a health set. I've gone with the mods, though, that give him speed and tenacity. So, I mean, these mods right now are the best that I can put on him to make him fast enough to be relevant. I have also increased his tenacity to around 65%, which is pretty good. But ultimately, yes, I'd like to have all three sets either be tenacity or 2 tenacity sets and a health set, something like that. But let's go ahead and take a look at his mods. Now, his offense mod here, or the square mod, is obviously an offense primary with a 9-speed secondary. He does get some defense, which adds to his armor, and then he has health and protection. I've gone with a tenacity speed primary arrow, which gives him 30 speed, about 3.5% protection, some more defense, a little bit of critical chance, some more health. Then here I've given him a defense primary with 9 speed secondary, a little bit of potency so he can inflict that critical chance down, and some more health and tenacity. Then I've given him a tenacity primary with health, an increase in offense, 5 speed, and some critical chance. Then we've gone with, for the circle mod here, protection with 10 speed. The defense mod here with a 7 speed secondary, some potency, and some health. So the theme here is health, tenacity, protection, and speed. Of course, maybe a little bit of potency sprinkled in so he can inflict a critical chance down with his basic. But his primary focus here is to probably survive as long as possible so that you can continue to heal your allies, give them critical hit immunity, and keep them, all surviving throughout the course or the duration of your match or your battle. So that's where he's at right now. Let's go ahead and take a look at the squad tournament rewards. As I said, I placed 3rd place, which gives me 3 million credits, 16 purple mats, 5 Omega ability materials. Then I was also able to get 50 of these MK5 thermal detonators salvaged, and also some of these biotech implants and the MK5 fusion furnace salvage as well, along with 180 Shoretrooper shards and a full unlock of Shoretrooper. So let's go ahead and claim this. Alright, so now we're going to go over to our Shoretrooper here, and we're going to promote him to 7 stars. This is going to be pretty awesome. Always like to see that. Excellent. So now he's over 9k power. Again, Shoretrooper, just a great character. I'm glad that I'll be able to use him in raids now as well. He's definitely, great and overall, but in raids, you want to use as many tanks as possible in certain stages. So definitely helps out a lot to have a 7-star Shoretrooper. So I'm excited that now we're going to be able to bring this character into some different content in the game. So let's go ahead and take a look at Shoretrooper over in Galactic Wars. So first, we're going to just equip a full Empire squad here, starting with Emperor Palpatine lead. We're going to run that 7-star Vader. We're going to run Shoretrooper. Then we're also going to run Grand Moff Tarkin. And then we're going to run... Let's see here. My little 2-star TIE fighter pilot. Level 67. I'm working him up. As soon as he's farmable, guys, he's going to be, you're getting a TIE fighter pilot review, I promise. All right, so let's go ahead into battle here, and let's take a look at what these guys do. So as I said, Shoretrooper's going to start the match off here with Taunt. These guys aren't going to get an attack off anyway. There's just not enough speed on these characters to even touch me. So let's go ahead and do an AoE stun here on these guys. with Palpatine. Now this is Shoretrooper's special ability here, which is Regroup, which is, again, like I said, reusable in 4 turns. This is where he's going to give all of his allies critical hit immunity. So let's go ahead and do that. As you can see, now all these allies have critical hit immunity, can't be critically hit by your enemies. So if you're facing, let's say, somebody like Lando, who really all of his attacks, or his main attack that he needs to be a meta character, is now nullified because he can't get 2 crits to refresh his special ability, which is what he really needs to do. So you're kind of nullifying him there. Let's do an AoE here with Darth Vader. Now let's go ahead and take the opposing Vader out of the game here. Excellent. And then we're going to go ahead and slap Darth Sidious in the face. Excellent. So this is TIE Fighter Pilot's TIE Strike, which is his AoE ability. It's probably not going to do much. And it didn't. Couldn't even take out that Sidious. That's crazy. All right, so let's take Leia out. Actually, no, Sidious's turn meter is higher, so let's take Sidious out. Okay. Now, this ability here by TIE Fighter actually does more damage based on how many negative status effects or debuffs that a character has. So let's go to Luminara, and let's try to hit her with this. Well, 1,600 damage. That's pretty weak. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and use Tarkin's basic ability, actually. Okay, and now we're going to use Shoretrooper's basic attack to take out Leia here. So his basic attack, target weapons. Again, it's not going to do a ton of damage, but let's go ahead. Actually, let's do Asajj, because she'll probably survive it, and you'll be able to see if it inflicts critical chance down. Let's try that. Okay, so 4.5k or 4,600 damage. That's not terrible, but I don't see critical hit immunity here, so it looks like he did not inflict it. Yes, he did not. So that's that. But let's take Ventress out. Let's go ahead and just slap Leia off the table. So that's basically his abilities in a nutshell. But what you really want to see is what Shoretrooper looks like in action in Arena. So we're going to go ahead and go over to the squad arena, where I am going to reclaim my first place. So let's go over to take rank 1 back. I'm going to run this team here, which is Rex Leader with Anakin, Palpatine, Shoretrooper, and Sunfac. Let's go ahead and take this team into battle. So now that my Shoretrooper's a little bit more beefy, this should help him sustain a little bit longer. You know, Shoretrooper's usually the sacrificial lamb here in Arena. He just takes all the beating for you. So now let me go after Royal Guard here to see if I can give him buff immunity. And I don't. All right, so let's go for an AoE stun here. Excellent. Now we're going to go for their Lando. Now I'm going to give everybody critical hit immunity with Regroup. Let's continue to work on Lando here. Again, I'm going to try to put buff immunity on him, and it works this time. This way, Royal Guard will not taunt. Okay, we have tenacity up, so we're not going to get stunned. Let's keep going at Lando here. Okay, so Qui-Gon was able to dispel Shoretrooper's taunt. See if we can take... All right, let's keep on trying to take Lando out here. Okay, great. Now I'm going to go for Palpatine. So let's work on him. Okay, we're going to use Sunfac as soon as we get him back on the board to try to dispel Han here. Then I'm going to go for Palpatine again. Hopefully he reduces his turn meter, and he does. Okay, and now I'm going to continue to work on him with Anakin. Now let's see if... okay, so that activated. Okay. I think I made a mistake here. I should have gone for Royal Guard again to try to ensure that he didn't get taunt with Palpatine's shock. That would have been great, but let's go ahead and take the AoE stun again. Maybe that'll take Palpatine out. I'm not sure if it'll do enough damage, and it does. Excellent. So let's dispel Royal Guard here. Now we're going to go for Qui-Gon Jinn. Alright, excellent. Now I'm going to continue to work on Royal Guard because I have no choice at the moment. We'll be able to dispel Royal Guard again. Now we'll try to see if we can take out... Oh, he dodged. Okay. Now we should be able to take him out. Good. Alright, so again, we're going to continue to work on Royal Guard a little bit. Oh, he has shock on, so he's going to be... He's not going to taunt, so that's good. So let's take out Stormtrooper Han here with Palpatine. Not quite. Okay. So now let's stun Royal Guard, and then we're going to go ahead and put it on auto because these guys will be able to take it home now at this point.